the sensible Dems who are coming to the light. All right, I'm just playing, but come on, guys. Let's be real. You guys have been acting pretty crazy lately.
I am done with the Democratic Party. You guys are psychotic. I've been a Democrat my entire life. I'm 43 years old, and I've never been more humiliated and embarrassed to be part of something. You guys are the most racist, hateful, bigoted, nasty group of people I've ever had to commingle with. And it's not all, just to be clear, but it's a majority of you guys. The left has lost their guidelines. What I've
Yep.
witnessed over the last 72 hours has been an absolute disgrace. Disgrace. You guys want to sit here, you want to abort babies at 9 months, you want to leave the
Damn.
borders wide open. New York City is an absolute disgrace. You have no idea what's going on in Manhattan. It's disgusting. Disgusting. It's not even livable anymore. I can't wait to get out of here. We have people that are getting set on fire in New York City subways, not once, but twice. The stores are being looted. People are being pushed in front of the trains. The streets are filled with piss and weed. And I swear to God, I hope
And rats. Piss, weed, and rats.
New York City single-handedly flips the entire New York State red. Because I am done. I am done.
I am seeing more and more videos in my algorithm, not even from people sending it to me in my email, but from
But I mean, are you surprised, honestly, when you've been with the libs all your life, and you've been in the liberal city all your life, and you see how they failed you in every way, shape, or form, you kind of start to wake up to what's going on with the Liberal Party or the Democratic Party. It's like, okay, you guys got all the rhetoric in the world, but you guys can't fix no problems. Okay.
I am done. I am done.
I wanted Bernie Sanders to be president, but when Bernie Sanders was not nominated to be the president-elect, I accepted the fact that Hillary Clinton was going to be president. I was really sure about it. I was so excited that Hillary Clinton was going to be president. And then when Trump won, I thought the country was over. I cried my eyes out. I thought women were losing their rights and this country was being overtaken by white supremacists. When Black Lives Matter was happening, I fought ferociously for Black Lives Matter. And anyone in my life who did not stand for Black Lives Matter and did not make it a huge part of their identity, I thought they were a racist, neo-Nazi piece of white supremacist shit. And I wanted nothing to do with them. I let people go in my life because they didn't stand for Black Lives Matter. When COVID was happening, I thought anyone—
I mean, damn, what about the black people who didn't stand for it?
who did not get vaccinated, who did not wear a mask, who did not do the things that the CDC said was a monster. And they hated everyone, and they did not care about anyone but themselves, and they wanted all the vulnerable and the sick to die, and they were selfish pieces of shit.
It's crazy how when you look back at your life and you try to make sense of some of the decisions that you was making and you realize how wrong you are, it kind of hurts your heart. And
Man, shoot, looking back at my past liberal ways, I look back and I'd be like, God damn, I was honestly a conceited know-it-all. And two, I was wrong as hell while being a conceited know-it-all. I mean, two of the worst combinations ever. And that was me being on the liberal side, thinking that every position I took was from the moral high ground, so I can never be wrong. Trust me, I know where you guys are coming from.
you kind of start looking at the people around you funny. And it's like, you knew better. Why would you why would you sell me on this? Why would you push this on me? Now, we all have responsibility and ownership. So when you know better, you're supposed to do better. But you just kind of like get upset at the fact that things went the way that it went, and it wasn't supposed to go that way because we should have known better. We should have been taught better.
I did not want Trump to win this presidency. I did not think that was a good choice for our country. I'm not going to get into that right now. But my point with all of this is saying I was once left. I was once a liberal. And all the liberals in my comments yelling at me and screaming at me, I understand. I was once one of you. I once treated people the exact same way that you're treating me. And I know you're doing it because you feel like anyone who disagrees with you is completely wrong and they're a monster. And how could they not be left leaning? And like, I get it. I was one of you. I do understand. So I sympathize with all of these people who are in my comments calling me the most heinous things in the entire world because I was once one of you. I once did the same things. And there's no reasoning with these people. There's nothing you can do to change their mind. They have to just like wake up themselves and realize like they've been manipulated, they've been brainwashed. And
that's the realest junk that I done heard somebody say. And that's why I say a lot.
Man, and that is crazy. Yo, Galactic. You good?
Hey, what's up?
That's
I'm having
all
trouble
good.
with my mic here. One sec.
Yeah, man, look, you and Monty both. It's all right. But I know you want to talk about this whole Jimmy Kimmel stuff. I do want to get your thoughts on it.
I mean, you were right earlier. There is another what do you want to call it? Like a media conglomerate trying to buy
Yep.
another one, you know?
Mhm.
So they want to get the best price for their product that they currently have. They want the sale to go through. And what do they need to make that sale go through?
I guess the Trump administration's acceptance. So it's more like corporate interest more played a line into this man's firing, to be quite honest.
Well, and also he hasn't been fired. He's been
Okay,
removed
see, my
from
bad.
the
He's been
air.
suspended. You're right. Suspended. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Suspended.
And I think I read an article earlier this morning. It was just a blurb. I didn't read the whole thing, but there's talk of ABC wanting to get Kimmel back on the air, but to tone him down a bit.
I mean,
Personally, I think what he said about the MAGA, when he said that the shooter could have been MAGA, or no, he didn't say he could have been.
he said could. He said was MAGA for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, that could be wrong. We don't know all the evidence yet.
Oh no, it's a weak case. It's a weak case because he did not know for sure. He didn't.
Yeah,
He didn't
exactly.
just go
And
out there and just lie on purpose. I
I
will
think
give him that.
I think the extra Discord messages hadn't been released when he said the things he said. Was it out of taste? I think it was. Was the joke about the reporter asking Trump how he is, and then Trump forgetting the question and going straight on to talking about building the ballroom a bit funny? Yeah, it was funny. I'm your Jessica Tarlov, remember? If you remember, you know Jessica Tarlov, the Fox.
Yeah.
Fox 5. Yeah, I'm your Australian Jessica Tarlov. Yeah, so there's that. But yeah, I mean, it's playing out. You know what I mean? You just got to let it play out. People that
Yeah.
don't agree with it are not going to agree with it, and people that agree with it, that's their right to do as well.
Honestly, I respect that position. It's just that I can see where everybody's trying to drag in the Trump administration on this, but let's just be honest. If we look at the man's like ratings and all that good stuff, the fact that his bosses are trying to get a merger going, then this kind of plays more into corporate interest than them trying to
But do you know
please
what
the
his ratings are?
administration.
Do you know what
Yeah,
his
they were
ratings
actually
are?
showing it. His ratings actually been has actually been going down since what, like 2015, 2016?
Yeah, no, but okay, but what's happened since then? Streaming, Twitch,
Good point.
Netflix, everything's gone crazy,
So,
right? Nobody watches TV anymore.
so to add on to that point, you're right. Galactic streaming, there people are consuming medias in more ways. So anytime you have a decrease in supply, you're going to have, or sorry, a decrease in demand, you're going to have to start cutting your supply. And why would you make yourself a target to be cut by saying horrible things before the man's body's even cooled? So
Yeah, no,
that is
I
kind of.
agree. It was a bad taste joke, and definitely not the time to do it.
I don't think it was even a joke. Like, we're giving him more credit than he deserves. He just flat out said MAGA's doing this. It wasn't even
Yeah,
a
yeah,
joke.
that was wrong. But do
Yeah,
you remember what the actual joke was, though?
it wasn't a joke. He said MAGA's pretending that this is anything other than a right wing nut job that shot him, and that
Oh, you
was
talking about the
patently
joke
Yes,
false.
about?
yeah,
Oh, no, you
that
talking
was
about
the
the joke about
statement.
mourning Charlie Kirk's death? I think you talking about that joke.
I
Oh, I
mean,
didn't
yeah,
even see that one. I know it was like two different shows in which he was doing this kind
Uh,
of shit,
yeah,
well,
and
no,
to
no, no. It was
rephrase
all in the
it,
same bit, man.
he kind of pretty much said that. Well, Trump doesn't look too distraught over Charlie Kirk's death. He looked like he just got over the death of a goldfish. And I was like, oof, oof.
Yeah,
I mean, all of that. I support his right to say all of those things, reprehensible or not. But what I don't support is arguing that he should be given a platform. He didn't. He doesn't own ABC News. It's not his property to desecrate. So if
yeah, but
ABC decides that they don't want him because of the liability he's become, because of what he said, then that's their right to fire him. Just like it'd be if you employed somebody, it'd be your right to fire them.
he hasn't been fired.
No, he's just
And
been taken off
also
the air, and his contract's not going to be
his
renewed.
ratings are he's number one ratings on that time slot for 18 to 40-year-olds. He
But
beats
that's
he
not.
beats he
But his
beats
ratings have been going down, Galactic. If you
but that's not
cut.
relative when you talk that's not relative when you look at the media landscape now.
Hmm. Honestly, I think the
He's
best
still
is.
making money. He's still number one for advertisers
Hmm.
in that time slot for people that are 18 to 40. So when an advertiser looks at a TV slot and goes, I can reach the number one show, I can advertise on the number one show, and I know that 18 to 40-year-olds are watching that show, I'm going to advertise there.
Right, but
So
that's
there's value there.
irrelevant. That's irrelevant to the point, though, Galactic. He got fired, so ABC
He's
decided
not
that it was
fired.
work. He's not on the air, so they can't capitalize on his speech. Like
Yeah, so
he's
he'll be
gone.
back on the air though.
He'll be back. You think they suspended him indefinitely, and you think he'll be back?
I think he'll be back on the air in a couple of weeks for sure. Yeah.
All right,
Uh,
so I can go ahead and give you guys a quick breakdown of Jimmy Kimmel's numbers real quick because it says he has a decline
You
in
know what?
ad
That'd be a
revenue
good
and
thing if he went
viewership.
back on the air as well.
Yeah, but here's the
Because
problem though. He
if
has
you
he has
believe in
had
free
pretty steep
speech,
declines.
then you agree that he should be on the air.
I mean, well, I'll say this: if he was fired for anything other than guidelines and their community guidelines and all that good stuff, then yeah, he should be let back on. But if they fired him because, well, one, he's not making enough money, and two, he broke their guidelines, then it is what it is. But if it's anything outside of that, and let's say they admit it, oh well, we only did it because the Trump administration said something about it, then okay, yeah, you're right. Go ahead and let my man back on. That's outrageous.
Yeah.
so,
Is my audio
Galactic,
better?
can I
Is my
ask you a
audio
question?
better now?
Can I ask you a question then? If you think he's going to be back on in a week, was his freedom of speech violated then? Because he suffered no consequences, period, for what he said.
Okay.
I mean, it was the network's decision to pull his show. Which
Right.
again, if you look at an employer's right to do that, they're able to do that.
Yeah.
If his show is cancelled, then yeah, I think that is an attack on free speech in inverted commas.
Agreed.
Wait.
Because
Why? So why is he allowed to be pulled by the network but not fired by the network? How is that an attack on free speech?
okay, you're looking at a situation where a whole nation is, well, half of a nation is grieving somebody. And so you've got, as a network, you've got a duty to respect, to some degree, half of a nation's right to grieve.
So
But
I don't even take it that far, Galactic. I believe he has the right to say whatever horrible thing. Like, but forget my opinion on it. I have the right to say whatever I want. You don't have the right to not
you
be
asked me
offended.
my opinion, right?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, regardless of how the nation is feeling about something, I place this squarely on the employer themselves making the decision.
Okay, but it wasn't. So as you know, the Sinclair network and all of the other affiliate stations asked for him to be removed. So they have clout against the network that is producing the show because
Yeah,
they,
they're not going to buy his product anymore.
yeah. So they could also decide not to air the show on their affiliate network. They don't have to air the show.
So here, I mean,
They
so
can they
you
can they can they can pander to their audience.
and
There's a
they
whole
can
audience out
also
there that does like his show, as he's number
right.
one
It
within
doesn't.
that 18 to 40-year-olds.
If you're the biggest buyer of the content, you have a say in what the content is that you're buying. If I ask you to make me a bunch of red, white, and blue shirts, and you make me a bunch of green, yellow, and red shirts, I don't have to buy your shirts. and I can say
You
I'm
can
not
just
paying you for those shirts.
well, you can just buy the red ones, and somebody else can buy the yellow ones. That's what an
But there's
affiliate
no one else
station
that wants to
does.
buy. There's no one that wants to buy the yellow ones in this situation.
But
There's no
obviously
networks.
there
In
is,
terms
because
of
he's number
Kimmel,
one with 18 to 40-year-olds.
I
So
mean, in
there's
terms of
obviously
He
Kimmel, he
can.
other
can go to
affiliate
YouTube.
networks out there that will buy it.
Do you believe? Do you believe you have a right to somebody else's platform?
Well, I don't know. I haven't signed the contract with the network providing the service, so I don't know.
Right. So say, I mean, you don't. You don't. The answer is you don't have the right to somebody. You have the right to say whatever you want. I don't know what the laws in Australia are like, but you in
Yeah, yeah.
America you have the right to say whatever you want, but you
All right,
don't
guys.
have the right to have your message broadcast.
All
You
right,
don't
guys. Hold
have.
on here. Hold on here. I got to
Okay.
catch up
Yeah,
on super
okay.
chat. Shout out Misfit. She says, "Fam, hey, what's going on, Misfit? Appreciate you. I do see you there in the
Yeah.
background. Just let me know when you're ready to come up." And also, shout out to my man CN for gifting 10 memberships. And if you were lucky enough to get one of those memberships, just go ahead and email me, and I'll go ahead and get you in on the Discord. And then also
Yeah, let's
go
keep
ahead and let's
watching the
get
video.
into Sid. Oh, yeah, I got you on that. Let's go ahead and get into Sid. Shout out my man Sid. He says, I just wanted to congratulate Trump for settling the war between Azerbaijan and Albania. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Sid. Okay, Sid. Okay.
I think that was a troll.
It
Oh,
was
man, that was
absolutely a
funny.
troll.
Hey, he wrote it like it was on True
He can
Social.
troll all he wants as long as he's donating.
I mean, hey, it is what it
Yeah,
is.
exactly. Me too.
But hey, ain't that the
But
truth?
Oh,
okay,
absolutely.
can we take 2 minutes for 1 second? I think there's a mod called Tony Montana, and I was
Yeah.
just wondering if that was you, Monty.
No, I am Medic 2020 or
Okay,
Montgomery Krause.
Tony Montana, he regularly bans me,
Yeah.
and I thought it was you.
Damn. Oh,
Damn. Is that what you said?
Uh,
Don't ban me?
yeah.
oh,
He
that
like,
makes
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
ban you.
But yeah. Anyway, I'm happy to get back to video. We can talk more later.
all right. All right, sure, let's go. Because I was just reacting to this video, where we got a couple young ladies who pretty much regret being on the right. Well, not on the right, but the left. But you know what? Do you want me to go ahead and I can recap the video for you guys? So let's go ahead and hear them both out again.
I am done with the Democratic Party. You guys are psychotic. I've been a Democrat my entire life. I'm 43 years old, and I've never been more humiliated and embarrassed to be part of something. You guys are the most racist, hateful, bigoted, nasty group of people I've ever had to commingle with. And it's not all, just to be clear, but it's the majority of you guys. The left has lost their guidelines. What I've witnessed over the last 72 hours has been an absolute disgrace. Disgrace. You guys want to sit here, you want to abort babies at 9 months, you want to leave the borders wide open. New York City is an absolute disgrace. You have no idea what's going on in Manhattan. It's disgusting. Disgusting. It's not even livable anymore. I can't wait to get out of here. We have people that are getting set on fire in New York City subways, not once, but twice. The stores are being looted. People are being pushed in front of the trains. The streets are filled with piss and weed. And I swear to God, I hope New York City single-handedly flips the entire New York State red. Because I am done. I am done.
You know, so funny. I mean, you know what, Galactica? I hope your liberals are treating y'all better than our liberals treat us. I really do.
I mean, we would be considered on the far left in the US, but we're actually like center left in Australia.
Nah,
Like it,
in
yeah.
Australia, if you say some dumb shit like a liberal says here, they fucking just fight about it.
Yeah. No, I mean we usually just tell somebody they're a wanker. I don't know if you've ever heard that.
Oh, and there goes the ad suitability in Australia.
Hey,
Yeah,
man,
but then and this also comes down to like inequality. The inequality in America is a lot worse than it is in Australia. And you being a paramedic, Monty, you know about our health coverage over here. It changes the society when everybody has healthcare and everybody can have the job they want when they don't have to be keeping a shitty job to be locked into healthcare. It's a bit different.
I mean, there's reasons that your country is able to afford healthcare for all, and some of
We
them
pay
are.
tax. We pay tax.
No, it's yeah. How much of your income do you pay in taxes, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, I don't
Oh,
care
it
what
depends.
income you're at. I just how much do you pay in taxes?
Oh, I think for the first 30,000 Australian dollars, you pay zero tax.
Wow, that's better than
Between
here.
Nice.
So from 30 to $70,000 Australian, you pay, I think it's 30%. And then from 60, so so this isn't like if I
Yeah.
earn 150 that I pay the full amount in at 47%, I think it is.
Is
But
that like
that first that
do you have the like state and local taxes, or is that just the Australian government as a whole? Like I don't know how your is it states, is it
yes,
provinces? How does that work? I'm ignorant.
yes,
Sorry.
no, that's okay. We have state taxes.
Okay.
Um,
Is that
and
adding them
but
both together?
no, so we don't have state taxes like you have in the US.
Okay.
We have a national goods and services tax.
Yeah.
So and that includes which is 10%. That includes everything except fresh food and I think doctors, that type of thing. So you don't pay 10% on fresh food.
Huh.
Um,
Well, Galactic,
and
actually, it seems like you guys are about to go through another tax drop, pretty much, is what I'm hearing.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We've got a leftist government at the moment.
I mean,
And
yeah,
then
I
if you
mean,
don't
true.
mind me asking,
Because
because
I
I
was reading
also am
up.
ignorant to this, I'm also ignorant to
Yeah,
this. How many people are make up your population?
29
we've
million?
got. I think it's 25 to 30 million now, maybe
Yeah.
30 million.
Right. So here's where I draw the comparisons, right? 25 to 30 million is literally just the city of Los Angeles.
No, I'm aware of that, but
So
that's not just.
so it becomes a lot harder, especially with like the bureaucracy that's kind of needed to implement these things. Um, it becomes a
Have you ever
lot
been?
more expensive, and 47% tax. I'm sorry, man. That is a lot of tax. That means if you're making
But
$150,000, you maybe see $80,000 of it. That's
no, no, no,
wild.
no. So no, you're only paying 40% on the income you earn over
Above,
70,000. Yeah,
right? So if you make $150,000,
True.
maybe you see. Now I'm adding the progressive income tax system to that in my calculation.
yeah.
It's
But
not half of it would be 75,000, so 90, maybe 90 to 95,000 is what you actually
yeah,
see. That's insane. You give the
no, it's
government
good, man.
$50,000, and you get
Yeah.
health care that's worth $6,000.
No, no, man. We get roads, we get healthcare,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we
we
get
get
roads too.
police,
We get
we
we,
get fires,
we got all that
we
shit.
get
Our
the
shit's not burning
police.
down.
Have you taken a good hard look at yourself recently?
Uh, Cal-
I'm driving on one of the longest interstates in the world right now.
Yeah, yeah.
One
What
of
condition
many in
is
the
it in?
U.S. Huh?
What condition is
What
it in?
condition? It's not bad. I mean, it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I can
I mean,
I can
I
share
I'm
would
not
my
have to
screen
hate.
if
compare
you want and
intercity
take a video.
roads.
I'm not
Let's
going to
be
hate on
fair,
the
guys.
USA,
Let's be
man. I lived there
fair.
for 2 years. I love the place, so I'm not
If
going to
we're gonna
hate on it.
compare roads, we have to compare an Australian inner city road to an American inner city road. Then that'd be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, true. And I'm like, look,
Is there an inner
that's not the
city? Yeah.
point. Yeah, yeah, we got
Right.
interstate
The
highways and
point
stuff.
is the the point is there's a lot more stuff to be built and a lot more bureaucracy to get through in America to build all of these things. And they do
Have you
it.
ever been to
I mean,
Germany? Have you ever been
Germany?
to Europe?
No, I have not been to Europe.
Okay, so
But
Germany's got a population of 95 million.
and how?
One
And is
third
it
of
not
the
older?
USA.
Is it
It
not
doesn't
older
matter,
than the
man.
USA?
It
It
doesn't
does. No,
matter.
it does matter.
Well,
How much time you have to get as good as you are does matter.
no, I mean, if you're the richest country in the world and you're the only country, the major OECD country that can't provide healthcare to its citizens, that's a problem.
No, so my point in saying all this is we spend about $2.5 trillion on healthcare, and there's still waste it's wasted. It's all wasted in bureaucracy. The issue is
It's
not
not
money.
wasted in bureaucracy. It's going as
It's
profits,
absolutely
bro.
no.
Yeah,
I mean, some of
it's
it
all for
absolutely.
profit.
So
Yeah, it's all for profit.
the other $2.5 trillion, about 40% of that goes to profit. So all of the government money is spent, and then 60% of the private money is spent, and then the rest goes to profit. Like people deserve to make money for doing things, and the reason you can afford to have the healthcare that you have is because of the disparity in which your country pays and our country pays for things. It's a huge disparity.
But all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and
Sorry.
move on with the conversation on this note, and we're gonna go ahead and get with this last video. Then we're gonna close out, and we're gonna move into the next
Yeah,
show.
man.
But all right, let's close out on this video here.
So the reports broke last night mostly that there were multiple reasons why Jimmy Kimmel was pulled off the air. A chief among them was not only was he not planning on apologizing when he was going to go back out on his show Wednesday evening, he was planning on attacking MAGA, attacking words. My words are being purposefully twisted. He was planning on saying, per a report in the Wall Street Journal. See, it's our fault that we didn't understand that really he was supposed to be super supportive of MAGA. He wasn't pointing the finger at MAGA. Just a reminder for those of you who hadn't heard them, here's what he said on Monday night that caused the trouble. Sat one.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Unbelievable. I mean, like every word there was untrue. Like literally every word he said was false and an intentional smear. And the shooter had nothing whatsoever to do with MAGA, which he knew. And I'll tell you how I know.
I mean, okay, about to say, how do you know that? Because like that's why I said the FCC case was weak against him. Because how can we prove that he knowingly provided that information, knowing it was false?
Yeah, and we don't even know the whole situation with the shooter. I think everybody's jumping to conclusions there as well.
Well, in terms of his political affiliation, yeah, but now that everybody's trying to dig deeper into it, trying to call it a professional hit and all that good stuff, I'll agree with you on that.
It's sad. Shouldn't be like that. No, and yeah, like I mean, I didn't agree with everything Charlie said, but no mofo ever needs to die for their words ever.
Jimmy Kimmel has made perfectly clear in the past that he's factual. He's super factual. Is this a S.E.T, guys, or is this just a quote? But he got into his own little dispute with Aaron Rodgers, the football player, who had suggested Jimmy Kimmel might be on the Epstein list. And Jimmy Kimmel was very upset about that allegation. And Jimmy Kimmel went out on his show and said the following in January of 2024.
He decided to insinuate that I am a pedophile. This is how these nuts do it now. You don't like Trump, you're a pedophile. It's their go-to move.
Hey, what?
And it shows you how much they actually care about pedophilia. And as far as...
Hold on. I'm a bit confused. Usually, I think the criticism is if you support Trump, you're a pedophile. But I don't know. Maybe he's hearing something different.
Pedophile. It's their go-to move. And it shows you how much they actually care about pedophilia. And as far as the, well, you say things about people all the time argument goes, yes, I do. It's not the same. It's not even close to the same. We say a lot of things on this show. We don't make up lies. In fact, we have a team of people who work very hard to sift through facts and reputable sources before I make a joke. And that's an important distinction because the truth still matters. And when I do get something wrong, which happens on rare occasions, you know what I do? I apologize for it, which is what Aaron Rodgers should do, which is what a decent person would do.
So he is
that
what we
right
would
there,
call
they
in
can't
the
say
law.
that he didn't know what he was talking about. I mean, they pride themselves on being a truthful show. For God's sake, haven't you watched?
I mean, exactly. That's actually a good point, Misfit. He just sat there and said, "What do you mean? I got lines of people to give me accurate information. So when I tell
Yeah.
you something, I'm going on." Way he said it. When I tell you something, I'm
He
going
just
off
went
the
on a
facts.
tangent. Yeah. So
He kind of shot himself in the foot.
they're idiots.
Fucking liar, because he says he has a team of fact checkers that don't allow him to say lies, and that if he errs, he'll go out there and apologize and clear it up. But he was entirely wrong in trying to blame this shooting on MAGA and saying this shooter was affiliated with MAGA or one of theirs, and he knew it. And the reason I know he knew it is because he says he has a team of researchers that researches every fact before he says it on his show. And what we knew as of Monday night was that this shooter, while yes, he had Republican parents, do your parents, does their party registration dictate what you're going to be? Oh, if only.
Man.
If only.
I mean, man, if that was the case, then yeah, I'd be a liberal. But I think there was somebody in the chat going, "Well, he came from Republican parents. How is he not MAGA?" I mean, the same way I came from liberal parents, and I'm not a liberal. I mean, it's as simple as that.
No. What matters is what were his politics. That's what we're looking for here, and most specifically his motive. We know that this was a unaffiliated voter. That's how he was registered, this shooter. We knew that his own mother said that he had gone leftward. We didn't yet have the mother saying he had latched on to pro-gay and pro-trans ideology. That came another day later. Fine. But we knew that he was living with somebody who is transitioning male to female, that he, Tyler, was into, quote, furry culture, that the man he's living with was also dressed like a, quote, furry, with it, which is an anthropomorphic, I don't know, human/animal type character that people have weird sexual fetishes around. Don't go there. It's closely linked to the trans community. That's what you need to know. We know that the Utah governor had said he was driven by leftist ideology. We know that the bullet casings had leftist messages on them, like anti-fascist catch, here fascist catch, an anti-fascist song, and the notices bulges.
That was a gamer slogan.
OWO, which is another, it's a reference to furry culture. Once again, all of that, of course, spells leftist to anybody with eyes and ears and a brain.
I mean, honestly, him having a transgender partner was leftist as hell. I mean, like, just stamp it right there. Who else? Who else but a person on the left is having a transgender partner? Like a conservative, maybe, but they doing that in secret, though. I think we know that they know better. So come on now. Can we just sit there and agree that this kid was on the left? Can we, guys? No. Yes, maybe so. Oh, I'm just playing.
And by the way, we didn't even have to.
Galactic, you still say we don't know? All right,
Yeah.
fair. All right.
Go that far.
Hold on. No. I'm not gonna accept that. That's a disingenuous argument. So if he had a fucking "Make America Great Again" hat on, would you say he was on the right?
I would say I still don't know.
You'd say you still don't know. Okay, so
Yeah.
Right,
did Melissa Hortman's assassin, was he on the left or on the right?
I believe he's been prosecuted, yeah?
Was he on the left or on the right? I didn't ask if
believe
he's been prosecuted.
Yeah, so I'm holding my judgment until the court case is underway and we got more evidence.
The court case isn't going to tell you what his opinions are. You can only deduce that based off.
It'll come out in evidence.
What? No, it won't. This guy's opinions aren't going to come out in evidence. Like the entire left community unilaterally said that this was MAGA that did this, and is continuously drawing those parallels as if MAGA did it, which there's evidence to support that MAGA didn't. This guy wasn't MAGA, that he was a Democrat. But yet it's overwhelmingly because it was a Democrat lawmaker, so it must be MAGA. Well, this was a conservative talking head, so it must be the left.
I mean, all evidence points to it being the left. Don't get me wrong there, but
All right.
I withhold my
I'm glad you
judgment.
can admit that. I'm glad you can admit that. I
Yeah.
thought for a second you were living in a delusional land and like just refusing to see the evidence. But if you
No, but
acknowledge that, then yeah, then absolutely.
yeah, but I mean, none of that evidence has been proved in court yet either. So
Fair.
I mean, the
It's fair for you to keep
anti-fascist,
speculation.
it doesn't need to be proved in court. They showed us the pictures of the fucking the rifle and the rounds with the anti-fascist memorabilia in it, and the note that he left. Like there is this thing called the court of public opinion, and
but the court of a public opinion means nothing, Monty.
oh really? So my opinions don't matter?
No, they don't when it comes to a court case.
It's not a court case. It's an assassination. The court case is just the consequence fucking to the assassination. This
I
guy
mean, if the
fucking what?
if
So
the court of public opinion,
I'm not allowed to be mad at the dangerous rhetoric that the left has put out for years and years and years, and that has culminated to someone being assassinated. With all evidence
you
pointing towards that, I'm just supposed to sit down, shut up, and let it be, right?
no, you can be mad at that, but then you also have to look at the statistics and see that the majority
That
of
every
political crime has been committed by like right wingers. So
except it's not. Except it's not. That has been disproven like 1,000 times already because that's what
okay,
the left
so
keeps saying.
who show me
Now, all right, guys.
Go
Hold on.
ahead,
show me the
Seth. Bring it
I'm gonna
up.
get in between this. I gotta get in between this, guys.
Go ahead. He
We're gonna
has
go
it
ahead and
pulled
get
up.
back to.
Monty.
We're gonna go ahead and get back to that one, but I guess we'll have
No,
a
no,
deeper
no, 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 no,
discussion
no, no.
later.
This needs to be
Because,
snuffed out.
well, honestly, he's being pretty fair with his criticism, I'd say.
That the right is the
There's
one that portrays the violence. What
Well,
about
I
the?
would
yeah,
say
there
this.
was
Here's
there was
what I would say this. He's working with the information that the liberals, well, honestly, that the left gave him.
no. So there's a Cato Institute,
Yeah, but the
which is
problem with
a
that one
right
is that they
wing
didn't account
leaning.
none of the political violence that happened during BLM. I mean, there's a lot of things that the left did that was considered political violence that they did
It's
not
called
count.
skewing the numbers. They skew the numbers so that you have
Yeah,
talking points to believe.
Oh,
They
so what? Let's
literally
go
took
by.
over a city
Yeah,
blocks and didn't do anything. Like,
I mean, they executed a man,
yes,
Antifa, and it
yeah,
was never reported. I mean, they didn't count that as political violence, but it definitely
no,
was. So we're not saying
right.
that it doesn't happen on both sides.
So
We're saying
here's
that
the thing: when you fail to
one
acknowledge,
side it gets a spotlight on the. If it
hold
happens on the
on,
right, there's a
hold on.
spotlight on it. If it happens on the left, it gets
That's
a blanket
nothing.
thrown over it. But go ahead.
So if it happens to someone on the right, we don't know what caused it. If it happens to someone on left, it's right wing violence. Is that what you're saying?
no, not at all. Like I'm saying, there's violence from both sides. I'm just saying the majority of it
And it's
is.
asymmetrical on the left. The left believes overwhelmingly that violence is okay. The right believes that
No.
fucking underwhelmingly it's asymmetrical.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
asymmetrical.
I'm relying on sources and
Hi,
That
Zola.
agree with you.
studies.
That's the problem. You're relying on sources that agree with you, which is it's reaffirming your own biases.
Why would a right wing institute write a report that disagrees with its own?
It's definitely
rhetoric?
not true that the violence is coming from the right more often. It's just not.
I was actually looking at
I
statistics
believe most
today.
of the right
respectfully
just want to
disagree.
defend themselves.
But all right, guys. All right, now I do want to hear from Zoloff. How you been, brother?
What up? How you doing,
Shit, Zoloff's up in the chat.
All right, so I do want to hear from you, Zoloff. What you think about this?
Well, it's funny because I was actually just looking at statistics on this today, and you know how many crimes that happen in the United States where it'd be like a Hispanic person or a black guy, and they attack somebody or something like that, and then they'll actually label it as a white person in the statistics. And there's a lot of examples of that all over in liberal cities, so they can fudge the statistics and make it out to look like white men are doing a lot more crimes than they actually are. Just looking at this today. I mean, I don't have the statistics right here with me, but I can look it up.
Well, not to mention, hold on. You're right, Zoloff. I'm glad you brought that up. Remember Trayvon Martin? Remember Trayvon Martin?
That is right-wing violence as well.
So remember Trayvon Martin, the black gentleman that was shot by George Zimmerman, a Mexican?
Yeah.
that they said was a white guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is what I mean. It's not. It's a clearly Mexican guy, and they're blaming it on a white guy. So
And
that's
they'll
where
call
your
it right
statistics
wing
come
violence
from.
then. And it comes exactly from there. And they call it right wing violence. And just about any time it's some race on race crime, and they'll paint it out to be that as well, just to fudge their statistics up.
Yep. Same thing they did with Kyle Rittenhouse. There's so many leftists that still believe that he went out and shot at black individuals, and it's not. Every person that it was all a bunch of white guys. And they got up in arms saying that he was out there hunting. And it's like, are you kidding? You kidding?
Actually,
Everything they do is skewed.
Oh yeah, and even when they, that pro-Palestinian guy, pretty much was bombing Josh Shapiro's office. Yeah, they counted that as he was on the left, but it counted that as Islamist activism. So let's be real, you guys kind of got a good cover. I mean, you guys can get hit under foreign nationalism or Islamist. Like you could pass that. Like instead of calling it left, you could call it one of those, and it will still be right.
Yep.
Well, so
Every
they
time.
talk about left and right all the time, but left to them is Hitler because of the literal sense. He sat on the left side of the stage with the French king, and then Stalin sat on the left. But that because he's a nationalist, one of like a dozen different policies. I really don't like the term being right, but I use it to try and just be normal conversation. The right is Hitler, sure, because he sat on the right side of the King of France. It has nothing to do with nationalism specifically. He was still a socialist. He said gun control. He had identity politics, social programs.
Wait, man, hold on now. whoa, man. Can I say that?
Did I get off topic? Did I go too far?
A little bit. But I do want everybody to pay attention to the screen and, somewhat take in what Maine said. But let's pay attention to the screen. And this is what these guys are talking about. This is the Cato Institute graph right here. Murders in politically motivated terrorism, including 9/11. So I guess that's where this 3,000 number comes from. But pretty much this is where they're getting it from right here. So they summed it up all together, and out of 3,597 deaths, this is the numbers of this is the numbers of how they were politically taken out. And right now we got foreign nationalism. They did what? 0%, 8 deaths, but 0% compared to Islamism. That comes off at 3,000. The left 65. The right 391. Separatism. I mean, the separatist movement 4, and unknown or other 9. So you guys kind of see how they pulled like 35 or about almost 3,600 deaths, and now they're just saying that out of all those, the right's the most violent one.
This is SET's one except for this year.
It got a good amount of data source because it does say
it's all about how they classify the criminality. If somebody gets off of the charge, then they don't count it as the right, or they don't count it as whatever. The fact is they count the violence that the left does as right violence, even. So
Not to mention the fact that the left committed violence against Donald Trump, and they're never gonna count the fact that Thomas